Website, rodeccles.net, 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 rodeccles.net. You can do that. You could have them check out the Facebook page. Follow me on Twitter, LinkedIn, and Pinterest, and all the other stuff. Google Circles or Google Plus, whatever they call it over there. It's all good stuff. All good stuff. I noticed last night. Now I gotta tell, I was bone tired. For those of you who don't know, the Captain's America show with Matt Bruce, which airs overnight for, I think it's 4 hours, from 1 to 6 or something. Well, it's 4 or 5 hours long. It's overnight anyway. Eastern time. It's overnight. Well, it's overnight all over the country. But I guess he covers a bunch of different topics, kind of like now I can't think of his name right now. Can't even think of that. Well, the other overnight guy. But that's Captain's America, Matt Bruce, and I am now a regular contributor on that major overnight network every Tuesday morning. You can catch me at 5:05 a.m. That's right, 5:05 a.m. over there. And I'm on until 5:30 a.m. So basically 5 to 5:30 over there. Give or take a couple of commercials that they have to have. They got to pay the bills. And we'll just go down the gamut of stuff that's happened over the past week. Where we're at, where I'm at, all that kind of good stuff. My take on certain things. He's very astute. And you wouldn't think somebody who's up at third shift like that would be so astute and so awake. Must be a lot of coffee, which I say amen to coffee. Gotta love coffee. It gets you up and gets you going. But it's still a little bit early for me, 5 a.m. But you'd be surprised just how awake and how brilliant I am at 5 a.m. So, if you ever get a chance, he's on different networks, different stations around the country, and I think you can actually we'll probably put a link directly to him on the website. Yeah, there's some changes coming to the website also. You're going to want to check those out. An events calendar or page is coming up where you can possibly see me give a keynote speech over the summer. Yeah, that's coming. So all that will be in place by Friday. We're adding a bunch of other stuff over there as well. So, check out the website, rodeccles.net, and come back daily, Monday through Friday, for new stuff. Yeah, we take a break over the weekend. Gotta have a break. All right, we got all that housekeeping stuff out of the way. Now, on with the show, as they say. President Obama's legacy. President Obama's legacy. Everybody's, why is it that now presidents are so concerned about their supposed legacy? Look, the legacy is that they were elected president. That's a very, very, very elite club. Think about it. Well, we've had 44 presidents in our 236, 37-year whatever history. Just 44 people, 44 men. No, someday there'll be a woman there. Hopefully not Hillary Clinton, but someday there will be a woman. And we'll call her Madam President, I'm sure. That'll be the term. But right now, it's just 44 guys. 44 guys have held the job. And that's not a lot of people. I mean, think about it. We got a nation of 200 and 300 million, 230. What is our population now? Wait, 330 million, 300 million people, 330 million people. Boy, I sorry, but I had a brain fart because I was thinking of the song 200 Million People. Yeah, it's a 60s song. If you don't know the song I'm talking about, go YouTube it. I'm sure it is on YouTube. Kind of in the veins of the Coca-Cola jingle from that era. I like to teach the world to sing. Well, we're 200 million people. So yeah, go look it up. But anyway, so that's what crossed my mind. But we're not at 200 million anymore. We're at 330 million or so, give or take a few illegals in there. But only 44 men have ever been president. Only 44. So, and think about this. This is 230 million today. Now think of all the people that have lived, who were citizens that have lived in the United States since its inception. Now, I don't know the exact number, but I think it's safe to say that well over 500 million people have lived in the United States since its inception. And still only 44 men have been president. So that is an extremely elite club to be a part. So with that said, your legacy is already kind of secure because you were the president of the United States of America. Plain and simple. I mean, that's that. It doesn't get any more elite than that. Well, it can. You can. I guess you can be a king or a queen or a potentate or an emperor or something. But being president of the USA, it doesn't really get any more exclusive than that. And in fact, oftentimes we're lucky if we have a president or two that are alive after they leave office. What do we have? Now we have George H.W. Bush, Bill Clinton, and George W. Bush. So that's only 3 former presidents are still with us. All the others have passed on. Right? Yeah, all the others they passed away. So this just shows what an elite club it is, and it is highly likely that we'll rather sooner rather than later lose H.W. Bush. He's like, what is he, 90 or something now? He's getting up there. But it's that's just the way it is. But why are we worried so much about the legacy? When you start worrying about, instead of doing what you need to do and doing what's right, you start worrying about how people are going to view you when you're gone or when you're out of office. Then you start doing things that really aren't in the best interest of the country, and you just start doing things because you want to do them, because you think it's going to give you a grand and great legacy. When did the living really care about what the legacy of the living was all about? Why don't you do what you think is right and do what is best for the nation and its people, and let your legacy sort itself out? Then you can't direct your every time they try to direct their own legacy, they start screwing things up. Look at Bill Clinton. Bill wanted to be in control of his legacy, and I think his legacy is being written for him in spite of what he wanted. Well, that's the way it's always going to be. I don't care who you are. In George W. Bush, maybe he thought his legacy was going to be one way, but obviously there are a bunch of people on the left who are trying to write and rewrite his history in the White House and thus change his legacy. So you're not in control of your legacy even when you try to do it. And when you try to do it, that's just as bad as when if you're a Republican and you don't even try to do it. But I don't know why we have to worry so much about legacy stuff. What is Obama's legacy? Who care? I don't care what we think of him when he's out of office. That doesn't matter. That means he's already done whatever he's going to do. If you're worried about, well, how are we going to remember him? What are we going to think about? Well, that's the wrong way to put it. You got to think about, well, what's he doing right now, and do we agree or disagree? And if we disagree, how do we stop him? Not you don't go 10 years in the future and then decide, oh well, yeah, that was we should we probably never should have let him do that because now his legacy is crap. And no, we're not worried about legacy. At least we shouldn't be. I know we're all into this celebrity mode, but you know what? Stop worrying about your legacy. There is one thing that a self-help guru of mine once said. He said, stop worrying about what other people think about you. Because what other people think about you is none of your business. It really isn't, because they're going to think about you what they want to think about you any way it goes. You're not going to get them to stop. So why do you try so hard to change people's opinions of you? Why do you try so hard and strive so hard to create this so-called legacy or remembrance pool, if you will? When they're still going to, in the end, they're still going to think of you however they want to think of you. They're still going to believe whatever you did or didn't do or should have done or could have done or wish you did. People are going to view all of that stuff in retrospective, and they're going to believe and think whatever they want to believe or think. And you, believe it or not, are going to have very little effect on how people view you once you're gone. Because you're not there to, defend yourself anymore. You can't say, well, yeah, I did this because here's what happened. And this is why. You're not here to do that anymore. So whatever people are going to think of you, they're going to think of you regardless of what you do. And frankly, it's none of your business what other people think of you. What's really important is what you think of you and how you handle yourself. And are you doing the best that you possibly can do? And are you doing what's in the best interest of those around you? Not for yourself. Because, if you're doing things from a selfish point of view, that's going to come out in your legacy. It's going to, Obama, man. Yeah, he seemed like he was a selfish prick back in the day. This could be the year, 2050. Yeah, man, he was one selfish prick, always a narcissistic a-hole. Well, maybe he was and maybe he wasn't, but see, that's what people, if you fast forward, that's what people think. Well, there are people who think that today, that he's a narcissistic a-hole, and I'm one of them. And look, he can't change it. His legacy has already been laid. The road to his legacy has already been laid and paved by his actions, and his actions are based on how he wants people to perceive him. Obviously, I want people to think that I did what's best for them. I mean, that I did what I wanted. I got what I wanted, and if I didn't get what I wanted, then I gave an executive order, and I still got what I wanted most of the time. But now I've got this pesky court to deal with, and that's going to put a cramp in my legacy. And got to do something about that. Got to do it, because people have got to see how good I am, how good I really am. Because I'm just here for me. I mean, I'm here for you and all people you love and all people I love. Well, it's mostly people I love, but I love all of you. So remember me when I'm out of office, and think of me positively, and and tell everybody you know, and teach your children and your grandchildren how great I am, or I was in office, but I'm still in office, so I'm still great. So just teach them that. You can't think about your own legacy. You just have to go out there and do what is best for you and your loved ones, you and your community. That's what it's all about. It isn't about worrying what other people are going to think about you, because in the end, they're going to think what they want to think, whether you like it or not. And in the end, what they think of you is none of your damn business. So get on with life.